Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into the Reef video right now. Once again, thank you for your continued support in the channel. We'll always try and keep you updated with Reef, okay? Even when things are going a little bit sour, and we'll just try and keep you updated all the time with this, because this is one of our baby projects and we are involved ourselves, full transparency, and obviously, you know, people that originally come to the channel want to see the regular updates as well. So yeah, thank you once again for all the comments and the sharing is caring and the appreciation across the channel and everything you do to contribute towards CoinsKid here in the community. So just looking at Reef, you can't get away from the fact that we are in a bit of a downtrend on the 4 hour. We've got the bearish cross there, and you can see that we did have that little pump up yesterday, but we failed to close above these EMAs, and now you can see that we've sort of come down a little bit. You know, it would be good to see, you know, this potentially could be a little bit of a W bottom like this, okay, and potentially, you know, this is the support line of that W bottom. Do you see that? So if you could see Reef right now get back above this support line, which is this level here, okay, that level there, get back through it, which would take you through the 55 EMA just there, and would take you through the yellow line, which is the 20 EMA just there. Get through these now and get a close and get some momentum back into Reef, okay? Get the close above and back test the support. You could be looking at a nice little pump there for Reef of around where are we, from there to there, around 10%. So from this point here, you know, you always want to wait for confirmation that you do get through, but you could be looking at a, where are we, not there, what am I doing? Always wait for that confirmation. You know, you want to see you back test and get through this level of support, which is 039, back test it as support, okay, and then take on the trade, and you would potentially be looking at a target there for Reef of around, what do we say, 10% roughly. So you could see that little pump there for Reef, which would be good off this WW bottom there. Failing that, okay, you know, if Reef was to break down anymore, then you would potentially see a bigger bottom there off that support. You would effectively see some kind of triple bottom going on here, and effectively you can see straight away what kind of thing you could potentially be looking at is a sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, because that's a sort of left shoulder head and then a right shoulder, okay? So you could see sort of Reef do something like this, make a little bit of a lower bottom there, and then break this support line, and then again obviously your target is from the support line to the head, and get the pump out, and yeah, you see it pushes up to that sort of target there, okay, for Reef. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, okay? You don't want to see it going any lower effectively, because if it was to break down any more, okay, you would potentially start looking at them lower lows, and we've already spoke about that in the channel. At the minute, you know, this is confluence of the fact that you are making these higher lows here, low there, low there, low there, and this, you know, this pattern here is very similar to this pattern here. Break down a bit. I know we've got the bearish cross, okay, and you do need to see us get back above that, and potentially if we can validate that double M bottom there, W bottom there, and get above that support line, this support line here, and break over back to support, you will see that push on just like you did there when it got through and started to march on, and then you would possibly be approaching that new all-time high there, and this pattern would actually be very, very similar to this pattern here in that sense, okay, other than the fact that we have got the bearish cross there, because here we had the EMA retest of the bullish cross, okay, where it went up and it come out and it did that. And you can see as well, like just there, when we got that bearish cross, I do say to you, when you get these bearish crosses, you do see it tend to break down to where it from the bullish cross. I say, okay, did you see that just there? So it actually broke down to that level there, which was good. That would have been a really good buy entry just there, because you could see it sort of dipped a little bit more, but it's actually above that right now. So that's good. That's good that we've got that. So yeah, looking relatively good, but like I say, we do need to see more volume. We've got no volume, okay, so it needs something to happen, because it's getting a bit flat, isn't it? Getting a bit boring, and you are under the EMAs, and the more you remain under that EMA on a 4 hourly time frame in a bearish fashion, you know, you're going to start like coming up in your head, coming up in your head, coming up in your head, and coming up in your head, and end up going down to this sort of support level here, and then effectively, you know, you're making a lower low than this particular pattern here, which played out to take us to the previous all-time high. So you do need to see us hold this now, and hopefully, you know, we're forming this WW bottom type pattern that we're looking at right here for Reef. This pattern here, okay, that, because that's just basically a double bottom reversal, and that's your breakout target. Get above it, back test the support, and off we go, and that's your target, okay? So do keep an eye on that for Reef. There's not much else I can say other than that. I'll give you that potential target there for that WW bottom, and yeah, so hopefully we get the bit of a pump, see us get through the EMAs, back test support, because what will happen is when you get through these EMAs like that and then you break that, you're going to start getting the curl on this EMA, and then you'll start and get that bullish cross, okay, just like you did here. It's similar to, that's a EMA retest, but you're going to get the bullish cross, and that could be the thing that takes you to that new all-time high for Reef. Okay, so it's a bit flat, it's a bit boring, and I do apologise for that. There's not much we can do about that, because it's when it goes like this, it's basically consolidation. Okay, it's a bit flat, bit boring, and you have to target these key levels of support that you don't fall below them and start to make lower lows, because then, like I said to you, you are sort of in a downtrend, and you're confirming the fact because you're making lower lows on the grand scheme of things. But outlook still bullish. Need something to happen though, get us a pump and get us back through these EMAs, back to support and march on. So that's Reef. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Quick, sharp, short, to the point. Just target that support there, and hopefully that inverse head and shoulders will come into play as well, which would be nice. So you always got these multiple patterns that sort of like play into one, and a confluence to the more bias of the upside there, or the downside if you're targeting trend reversal patterns there. So yeah, do take care, and I'll be back tomorrow with an update, and hopefully by then we have had a breakout on Reef and we've back to that as support and marched on. See you soon. Bye bye.